What I love about the Railroad District is just the energy.
It's such a great neighborhood and it's only going to get better.
It's not quite big city life, but it also is.
Really, throughout all hours of the day, there's energy. There could be forklifts with pallets of bricks moving, and there could be a music festival or somebody starting a small business. And so there's always just something going on here, which is really fun.
What I love about living and working down here is the closeness. Everything is in proximity. Like, you don't necessarily need a mode of transportation to get around.
There are still warehouses that still need to be purchased or updated and renovated. So there's a lot of untapped potential here.
I kind of see this connectivity and where we are today, starting with the residents making the decision that we want to compete in the marketplace. And what does it mean for us to be a neighborhood of choice?
So the Railroad District is part of the Park Place neighborhood, and the history of the Railroad District as it's known today would be started with the industry, and that informed the building designs, the urban design overall of the area. And I think today is that it's becoming more of a walkable place where people want to live into a new era of growth, I think, for the area.
We work in a lot of places around the country that are warehouse districts or industrial districts, but oftentimes they've been hollowed out. The industry has moved on. Here, the rail line is more than active. It's one of the most active in the country. But what you're also starting to see is these newer light industrial businesses moving in, and then you have retail, breweries, shops, coffee. And so what's interesting about the Railroad District is those things are really mashed together, mix it up a little bit, and that's creating really interesting experiences and places.
So we think it's good timing for this charrette, and we're opening this idea up to the community to give us their feedback, what's been their experience in this area. And when we open it up to the community, that's when it becomes a charrette.
Well, charrettes aren't always the right tool, but here I think it worked well because we're focusing on such a small area. We can walk out the door and pretty much walk anywhere in the district and meet with people, talk with people in their day-to-day lives. We came in Monday and we came in right after a flash flood, but we still were able to hold a big kickoff event at the Railroad Pool Club that was just built by our friends at WPA. On Tuesday, it was a very hot, intense day. We bounced around a lot. The Engage-Mobile went to the Handsome Biscuit, Fish and Pig at lunch and talked to people while they were heading into lunch. Local grocery store in the afternoon. We're gathering feedback at the same time that our design team is at tables doing sketches and testing ideas. And then we are running up right against the deadline on the last day where we get everything to print. And then today we took everything over to the Railroad Pool Club, and now people are there engaging with it, providing recommendations on something that we just finished a couple of hours ago.
We had an opportunity to hear concerns from the residents nearby, and we were able to have that dialogue while we were still here and still working so that we could incorporate some of their feedback. And we typically don't get a chance to get that feedback that quickly.
That really informs our recommendations. Most importantly, immediate next steps for implementation right after we leave the district. And so we're really excited to see what happens here in the Railroad District in the next few weeks and months.
I see us establishing a few threads that are draped throughout the community that tie everything together and still allow this existing fabric, some new fabric to sort of be built and interwoven together.
And so now I think it's a combination between managing our success, but also at the same time continue to have some brutal conversations about the opportunities so that we continue to uplift and grow.
What I have seen in the past 10 years has all been for the better. So it can only get better. Choo-choo, right?